Hey guys, welcome to another NBA 2K17 rebuild. Today we are rebuilding the Philadelphia 76ers, but it's not just an ordinary rebuild like my other rebuilds I've done thus far. We're doing a collab with CJKTV, link to his video in the description below, and we're going to see which one of us can rebuild the best fantasy drafted team. And we're going to put this into segments of points. There's 3 points. Best 2 out of 3 wins this matchup, and we'll have a straw poll in the description below just in case for some odd reason we end up tying. The first point is how many championships you win in 3 seasons. So if I win 2 championships and CJ wins 3, he gets a point and I get nothing. The second point you receive is what's your best record throughout the 3 seasons rebuilding your fantasy drafted team. If I get 72 wins and CJ gets only 5, I obviously get a point and he does not. And the last and final point is how many trades you do within those said 3 seasons. So the least amount of trades, the better. So whoever ends up with the least amount of trades gets the point as well. And that should ultimately prove a victor. Unless we're tied, then we're going to have the straw poll like I said. So let's get started. So here is the startup options that we're going to be running with. Fantasy draft is on, draft orders off, Serpentine, all NBA teams. We're going to leave everything the way it is except for turning off all injuries. And I believe that's about it. Everything else looks good to me. We're leaving on the restrictions of trade. If you can't just trade away your players immediately once you get them. So I think this is good the way it is. So let's start this fantasy draft and see where we end up here. Picking the Sixers. We get the first overall pick. Wow. One thing I did forget to mention though in the rules is that we're only allowed to draft an 80 to 87 player. Only one 80 to 87 player. So guys like LeBron, we can't draft. Guys like Steph Curry, we can't draft. Westbrook, we can't draft any of these guys. Because we're restricted to only one 80 to 87 player in the fantasy draft. We could eventually trade up, but as of right now, we cannot do that. So we're in the 80 to 87 range now. We just passed essentially the top 15 players in the NBA. And now we're on to the second tier of players in DeMar DeRozan, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, Kyle Lowry, Chris Bosh. This completely drops off compared to the top tier players, man. That is ridiculous. But out of the 87s available in Andre Drummond, Dwayne Wade, and Blake Griffin, and DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond is the youngest, and he's also the coolest because he's one of the most dominant centers in the league, and he also liked my post on Instagram. So we're going to end up drafting Andre Drummond, and he became an 88 for some odd reason. I'm not sure why that happened, but Andre Drummond, welcome to the Sixers, man, as our first pick. So second round comes along. We already drafted our 80 to 87 overall, so we can't draft Andre Drummond's teammate, Reggie Jackson. So with the second overall pick, we're going to draft D'Angelo Russell just because of his upside. In 3 seasons, it should be good, and we also get the back-to-back picks here. And with the third overall pick, I think we're going with Greg Monroe. We're getting the Detroit big boys back together, even though if it didn't really work in Detroit, considering that's not the way Stan Van wanted to go. But we're drafting Greg Monroe with the third overall pick. I'm not sure if I want to show the rest of these draft picks. I'll show you the rest of the draft and the position as well once we're done. So the draft is just finished. We're going to load in the 2016 or 2017 draft rather. And then the other drafts we will just auto-generate. So we might actually want our draft pick in the first season. So let's take a look at the roster now that we finished drafting. It's pretty much self-explanatory here. The only reason why Andre Drummond is at 88 for some odd reason is because his overall went up when I drafted him, which was pretty weird. But everyone else is as is. You know, there's not a single 80. We got some high 79s though. We got Greg Monroe, Ryan Anderson, D'Angelo Russell, Gorgui Dieng's pretty good, Wilson Chandler. I like the dudes that we do have, but I want to see if we could get anything better for trading some of these assets. Because I know guys like D'Angelo Russell have some value. Gorgui Dieng has value. Alright, so this is a good trade that we cooked up for the Atlanta Hawks. We give a Brandon Anderson and Gorgui Dieng for Gordon Hayward and Jared Sullinger. Let's see if that goes through. Don't worry, I got some more first round picks. Like this one down here. There we go. The trade has been done, our first ever trade. So the next trade we cooked up is for Danilo Gallinari, Jonas Jerebko, and Terrence Jones. Well, we give up E'Twaun Moore, Matt Barnes, and Wilson Chandler. Let's see if the Boston Celtics accept this. Oh, they're interested, but they have a counter offer. I mean, sure, why not? Why not? They give us a draft pick for a draft pick and the second round draft pick. Why not pull off this trade? I mean, Danilo Gallinari and Jerebko are both expiring, and then we kind of get rid of Wilson Chandler's pretty large contract. I'll be more than happy to do that as my second trade of this rebuild. So this is the roster we're going with the first season. I'll probably switch Gordon Hayward right now to the shooting guard position. Hopefully it doesn't lower his overall. But if it does, you know, no worries, no worries. So we have a cool combination of D'Angelo Russell, Gordon Hayward, Danilo Gallinari, and I guess Jerebko or maybe Sullinger. Sullinger, you want to start at the power forward position? We'll throw you in the power forward position. And then let's see if your overall goes up. It does, it does. So we got a nice little squad here by doing 2 trades. The shooting guard position is kind of weird. The point guard positions, the backup point guard position is kind of weird too. But if we go to the coaching settings and we fix the game plan here, I like what we have as our starting. This is a nice starting 5. This is a really good starting 5. I'm not sure if it's able to win a championship starting 5, but we'll see. So at the end of the first season, we had a 45-37 record. That's a pretty good record. So we got to remember that as so far our best record, considering it's only been 1 season. But did we make the playoffs? We did as a 2nd seed. Wow, 45 wins gets you a 2nd seed? Jeez, the Eastern Conference, man. 45 wins gets you the 2nd seed? I don't really care about the first year, so we'll just simulate current round, see what happens here. We actually beat the Magic. Now going up against the Cavs, simulate current round. Oof, it was too good to be true. It's too good to be true to go to the finals the first season. So simulate playoffs. I'm hoping the Cavs win because they beat us, but the Lakers win at the NBA Finals. That's something you probably won't see for quite some time, and that kills me to see Kawhi Leonard in a Laker uniform. So it was the off season, and this is by far one of the better trades that I've seen. We trade E'Twaun Moore and DJ Augustine for Enes Kanter, who's 80 overall, who could probably play that power forward position or back up Andre Drummond. I wouldn't really mind that if we don't re-sign Greg Monroe or what's his name, Jared Sullinger. So we'll be more than happy to pull off this trade here. Yeah, let's do this trade. So at the end of the first off season, here is the squad. We got D'Angelo Russell, TJ McConnell, Norris Cole, Raul Neto, Seth Curry, Ben McLemore, Danilo Gallinari, Marcus Morris. I think it's Marcus. Yeah, Marcus Morris, Belichick, Drummond, Kanter, and Monroe, along with Willie Hernan-Gomez. We're gonna do some changing in positioning. I think it's time for D'Angelo Russell to be our shooting guard, considering we don't have anyone to play that shooting guard role. So we'll put him at shooting guard and point guard to see if his overall goes up, and it does. And we'll also put, since we're going to be changing a few other players, positioning? We're going to put Ben McLemore at that small forward position, and I believe his overall goes up as well. It does. Marcus Morris, I was going to say Markieff. We're going to move him to the power forward position, and his overall should stay the same. I do believe it's a 77. 77 to add the depth to the power forward position. And last but not least, Enes Kanter will put him to our starting power forward, and his overall should go up as well. So let's see. There we go. I like the roster that we do have. We're going to try to trade Greg Monroe. His contract is massive, but we're going to see what our record is at trade deadline, and if we're doing good, maybe we don't need to trade him. So by trade deadline, our record isn't that much better, to be totally honest, in the first season. We only have a 2 differential win gap here, but we're the 2nd seed with this awful record. Like, the East must be absolutely terrible. And once again, we had a 45-37 win record in the 2nd season. So our record didn't get that much better. It actually stayed exactly the same. And James Harden wins the MVP once again. It's kind of interesting to see like some of these players doing well with teams. Like James Harden, he's doing absolutely amazing with the Detroit Pistons. Somehow we're the 1st seed with this record. this record got us the 2nd seed last season, and we got it again, and we're the 1st seed? Like, what? Let's check up on our guys. Danilo Gallinari's progression is going down. I guess 29 is his peak and his prime, and once he's 30, apparently his overall is not going to do so well. I'm not sure why Ben McLemore isn't doing this. Is this something to do with the coaching settings? Are they not getting minutes? No, they're getting minutes. Now this is the 2nd season. I'm not going to simulate current round because I'm kind of scared that 2K will just cheat me out. So I'm just going to do it game by game. It may take a lot longer than it actually would if I just simulated current round. But I feel safer just simulating game by game. Going up against the Cavs in the 2nd round once again. Let's see if we can beat them. I would assume they still have LeBron. Can we sweep them? Wow, we're just sweeping teams. What's going on here? We have a 45-37 record. How are we sweeping teams? But I mean, that's not saying much considering every other team has the same record as we. Oh my goodness! And the Lakers make it back to the NBA Finals with Kawhi Leonard. I'm assuming we can't possibly sweep this team, right? There's no way. What is happening? Okay, I was about to say, what is happening? We almost swept the Lakers. We win this one. We can't choke. We have a 3-1 lead here. We can't choke. Here we go. And we don't choke. We win our first NBA championship. That is absolutely... How do we sweep? The Eastern Conference must just be god-awful. Considering we have a 45-37 win record and we have the 1st seed in the Eastern Conference. That is absolutely ridiculous. We win our first NBA championship of the season in the 2nd season. Not rookie of the year, but Finals MVP D'Angelo Russell. He blossomed into 86. Wow, that's crazy. So if we're able to pull off this trade, this will be the 4th trade in the 3 seasons, or coming up on the 3 seasons. I don't want to give up Ben McLemore though. If we give up Willy Hernangomez and get Gorgui Dieng back on the team, I think this would be a pretty good fit. So let's see. And they do agree. Awesome. So I like the center position is just so stacked. We don't necessarily need Greg Monroe. We did re-sign him to a contract extension because he took a lot less money. He's getting paid less than Danilo Gallinari, and he's almost the same overall. So that's kind of crazy. But that's the 4th trade of the season. We're going to need to get a point guard in the offseason, or at least try to. So after the offseason, leading up to the 3rd season, this is the roster that we have. This is the player progressions that as well. We managed to keep the roster intact, re-signing Enes Kanter. Who else did we get? Nemanja? I can't pronounce this man's name for the life of me. I never see him play for the Minnesota Timberwolves whenever I watch the Timberwolves games. Then Patrick McCaw. And then we were also able to sign Ish Smith. So we didn't do that many moves in the offseason. We only traded for Gorgui Dieng, and I even forgot at this point who we got rid of for him. But yeah, four trades so far. Let's go into the what is it called, training camp, and then let's use the training camps. The training camps are valuable into having a good team. So auto-generate rookies. And then big man offense, we go Drummond, big man offense once again, and then Kanter, and then perimeter shooting for D'Angelo Russell. So here is the starting rotation for the Philadelphia 76ers. TJ McConnell, D'Angelo Russell, Gallinari, Kanter, and Drummond, who was able to reach a 90 overall. That's absolutely crazy. D'Angelo Russell has improved as well from drafting him at that 79 overall. That is just crazy, man. So at the end of the 3rd season, our record was 48-34. Unfortunately, we never got to that 50+ range. I wonder if CJ was able to do that. We won a championship. We've only done 4 trades. I think that's pretty good. Let's see what he does. So I'm hoping we're able to win a 2nd championship just in case he wins 2 as well. So MVP LeBron. Alright, so let's simulate game by game here, going up against the Boston Celtics. We did not have any good luck as a 2nd seed in the 1st season, so hopefully this season we have a better luck. So it looks like we're not going to be sweeping the entire Eastern Conference this year. Apparently the Eastern Conference got better. We were able to beat the Celtics in 5 instead of a sweep. Knicks putting up a battle here. And wow, they won. I don't think. Wow, the Knicks just ended it for us. Kyle Lowry, Bazemore, Spades. Like, we lost to this team? Are you kidding me? The Milwaukee Bucks, the 8-seeded Bucks, go to the NBA Finals and win. That's crazy. Who do the Bucks have? Emmanuel Mudiay. Who else? Oh, CJ. Okay, they got the young studs out here. CJ, Mudiay, Wiggins, Papagiannis, Josh Jackson. That's a good team. I should have probably drafted that team. So at the end of the day, after 3 seasons have been done, we were only able to win 1 championship for the Philadelphia 76ers. Our best record was our 3rd season record, 48-34, and the amount of trades we've done throughout the entirety of the 3 seasons were 4. So, fingers crossed that we're able to win this. If not, congrats to CJ. His link in the description. Go check out his video, his channel as well. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.